not selling nothing. I'm just trying to sell myself to a bunch of people that literally bring no value to me. Are you going to hate or are you going to grade? And what I mean by hate or grade is just get rich. Don't have green eyes, just get rich. What are they doing? They're still drinking in the same spoons as you. They're still eating in the same ZZs as you. They're still picking up the same meal deals at the garage, bro. Alright, welcome to Let's Lead the Intel, episode 6. The time's just flying by. If I work it out properly, well, we're about half hour to 45 minutes an episode. That means we've done about 3 to 4 hours worth of filming already.
Active.
Feels like it's, I don't know, taking long.
No, the content's building.
Yeah, it's going out quick.
The ball's rolling. Episode 10, I think there's going to be some changes that the viewers are going to appreciate. But for now, we're rocking El Clasico, Classic 11.
Yeah, it's early stages. Early stages.
So we're back. How you been, Alf?
Yeah, I've been good, bro.
No, don't. No. I'm not accepting that as an answer. How you been? What's the demons been saying?
I've been bulking off the demons, man.
I've been bulking off the demons,
my boy. No, just working, bro. You could probably see the bags under my eyes. Sitting at that desk in front of that laptop all day long.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah, late nights. Just grinding away. Few projects under my belt that are looking to drop real soon. Obviously working on IOI.
Right.
App development, a lot going on. So we're just working on that, working with the powers. Sometimes it feels like things take real long, but with pressure comes diamonds, as they say. So I'm just out here building the pressure and bulking off the demons, my boy.
I like that. Picasso, that way.
Yeah, for real.
No,
obviously,
that's good.
When I hit you up about shooting this week, you brought up a topic that we didn't even discuss. Like when we've been there structuring ideas to what we want to talk about on the pod. You brought up just something completely new.
Materialism.
Yeah.
I want to talk about materialism. Materialism is something which is absolutely plaguing our generation. I say that, not that Jack Wills counts for anything. I didn't intend to wear a Jack Wills t-shirt.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even clock, bro.
It kind of goes against the topic of conversation and is probably going to make me look like I'm talking out my absolute
I ain't seen
arse.
Jack Wills since like 2016.
It's still popping.
Yeah, are they still got stores?
Popping's the wrong word. They're still open. They're still selling clothes, evidently.
Shout out to Jack Wills, by the way, for still hustling because they've been about for a minute.
So, I do apologize. Normally, I keep it Gym King, keep it simple, but this was the t-shirt that
Either gym brands or no brands.
I pulled out today. Either gym brands or no brands. That's the MO.
Yeah, no,
that actually is the MO. Gym brands or no brands. If it ain't Under Armour, then you ain't gonna find a logo on that piece of clothing.
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. I agree. It's a decision that I made a few years back. Like my day-to-day life, I'm just always in gym clothes or plain pieces. Like maybe if I go out, I chuck something on a little bit nice.
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is the topic that we need to be speaking about because this guy to my left, he was a drippy king back in the day.
Yeah.
He was designered up. I remember seeing your wardrobe and it was full of everything. I think we even went to Fendi once and you picked up a little piece.
Yeah, a couple pieces.
Yeah.
What are we talking, like 2018?
2018.
Just to give some
You was
timeline to
drip
the
or
viewers.
drown.
Yeah, 2018, 2017, right?
Yeah.
Different man, though, as well.
Different man.
Yeah.
Different lifestyle.
Yeah.
But let's talk about that journey because you've changed a lot. And now, I mean, you say that you still you've sold most of it, right?
Yeah, I put into better places.
Better places.
Much better places.
Investments. I like that. It's good. Yeah. But tell us about first off, I want to understand why you felt the need to spend so much money on designer to start with.
Okay, that's a great question. So I think it depends down to the individual at hand, right? because depending on what sort of lifestyle you live or what field you're in professionally as a career, I feel like sometimes there's things that you feel that you've got to live up to, right? Like, if you look at someone, for instance, let's say like a rap star, if you really dive deep into why they're doing it, it's a psychological thing, right? They sell you on the lifestyle. You buy into a persona when you listen to rappers and stuff, right? So I think for me, it was just at that point in my life, the road I was going down, it was just sort of a part of it, right? And it was saying, like, as I grew older, grew smarter over the long 5 years that it's been, I just started to develop this awareness of, like, I'm doing the wrong things for the person that I want to be. I was too busy thinking in the moment in the wrong ways, rather than thinking ahead 5 years, 10 years, as you should, right? Long-term plans. And planning for my future. Like, I was just thinking, oh, okay, drippy outfit, look the best. Do you know what I mean? Be the best. It's a dead mindset. It really is. Depending, I caveat that, depending on where you are in life. Because if you are a high net worth individual on Instagram, on TikTok, and you make a living through living the lifestyle, that's a different story. You got to look at it from a business perspective. It's almost marketing, right? Let's say I want to try and think of someone on a...
Well, just insert any rapper's name.
Yeah, any rapper's name. Yeah, going back to the rappers, right? Like, you're not going to be sold into the rapper as much. And it's no offense to the brands here, right? But you're just not going to be sold to a rapper as much if they're busting Puma 24/7. Yeah? I wear Puma, so nothing against Puma. Shout out Puma as well, by the way, yeah? Nothing against Puma. But they're far more likely to build this hierarchy feeling around their fans if they're wearing drippy clothes. And it's only going to be beneficial to them. I'm not saying all rappers do this either, what I'm about to say, but also from a business perspective, a lot of rappers can just write their clothes off as tax as a benefit, right? I don't know if you knew that or not, but they can write it off. So the smart ones, they know what they're doing, right? It's a very influential feeling. Like, they're influencing people. And then these people that are not rappers or are just like young kids, let's say, for example, and they're looking up to these rappers and they're working their Saturday job and they're spending like all their wages to go get a pair of trainers that their idol's rocking. It's a different ballgame. You need to be aware of it. It is. It's just a completely different ballgame. And I think I just got to a point where the person that I was back in 2018, I didn't want to be that guy anymore. I realized that. I looked ahead a bit into my life and I thought, I'm a lot more talented and creative individual to be doing what I was doing back then and living the life that I was leading, right? And now, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. I ain't changed. I don't think I have. Like, as an individual personally, other than my awareness and my knowledge towards life. But me, like, I'm still the same guy, right? But I just looked at things differently. I weighed things up. Who am I impressing? No one. They're not in my 5-year plan. I don't really care. What girls am I impressing? None. I got a girl. It don't matter. And just really starting to weigh things up. Like, even the people that you are going out to impress or showing on the gram, they're not bringing you nothing beneficially. They're not... I didn't have a business at the time. So I was like, it wasn't even like I was monetizing off it. And it got to a point where I thought, damn, I'm being real stupid here. As you said on the last podcast, stupidness.
Quick sidetrack. You've been to Dubai a couple of times.
Yeah.
Have you been to an environment like that since you've made this?
Yeah. I was in
Conscious
Dubai, if not last year, the year before, 2020. But it's for a whole different reason, right? So we could maybe put some pictures in the edit, actually, of me. So I was in Dubai in 2018, right? And I can picture the pictures in my head right now. I got some drippy pictures, as you do, right? For the gram and whatnot. But then I went to Dubai. A lot happened in them 2 years. I developed as a person. I went to Dubai in 2020. So in this 2 year gap, I've been on a craziness. But I went to Dubai in 2020 for a crypto expedition. on a project that I was working on, not one bit of designer in my suitcase when I next landed. I was on a different sort of mission. I was on a baptism of fire. I'm going full steam ahead to this master plan of mine, and I ain't stopping. So like, it was like, I don't want the wrong eyes on me for the wrong reasons. Do you know what I mean? I want to keep things real chill.
Be real with us all for a second. I rate that you went to Dubai and you understood the mission.
Yeah.
And the mission didn't require any designer.
Mm-hmm.
Did being in that environment where it is very flashy, the clothes you wear matter to the individuals that reside in that area, did you ever feel feelings of insecurity because you left the designer at home, you were in just normal civilian clothing? Did you ever see somebody come in with a nice piece or a nice jacket and think, damn, people would be treating me differently if I was wearing something like that?
No, because this is the different, right? The first time I went, I was trying to be in the environments where maybe you would be in a judgmental place like that. The second time round, I was in Dubai. I was going business conferences. I was networking. Not one person in the building was wearing something designer. Not that I noticed or remember anyway. And if there was, then it might be designer shoes that you probably ain't even heard of if you're a young kid rocking Gucci. Maybe £1,000 leather shoes that you've just probably never heard of. Plain black shirt, nice suit, looking like $1 million for real. But other than that, no. Maybe when I had a bit of pleasure outside work times, went to a few nice hotels out there and stuff, maybe saw a few people, but it don't cross my mind because they're on a different path to me. Let someone do what they've got to do. If someone's there flexing, I don't know what they're up to. They might be flexing for a reason. They might have some community that they're trying to sell on how to become the next millionaire. So let them do their thing. They're marketing themselves. So leave that down to them. They market themselves how they want to market themselves. I market myself how I want to market myself.
You're focused. You focused on yourself. There was no room for distractions. You were on a mission. You were completing the mission.
Yeah.
Nothing can come in between you and the objective.
Nah.
Bravo 6 going down. When you landed.
Yeah. Literally nothing, bro. Nothing. I went twice that year for the same reason. Business trips, right? And yeah, the feeling was the same second time round as well. It weren't like that. But the first time I went to Dubai, the very first time when I was being all drippy, I met with some high net worth individuals, some people that I knew, because I went out there on my own. I was only 18 years old, right? I weren't even old enough to drink in Dubai at the time. But I flew out there, I met some high net worth individuals, and even them guys, if I remember rightly, like the few that were balling out, they were doing it for the right reasons yet again. They had to. They marketed themselves. They was watch dealers, or they was doing this, doing that. So they sell the lifestyle. I noticed it. I started to notice it, and I was sitting there, I was thinking, I'm not selling nothing. I'm just trying to sell myself to a bunch of people that literally bring no value to me. So it's just saying that I went on a few years later. And like I say, I've just been on this absolute journey. And we're only just getting started. Long-term plays, my friend.
So what I take away from the information that you're shelling is that if you want to turn yourself into a walking billboard, and I don't mean to say that derogatively.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you want to be a walking advert,
yeah,
for some sort of internet hustle that you're doing, or something where selling the dream, and when I say the dream, I mean the cliche dream of you got the fast cars, you got the nice clothes.
Get rich in 7 days.
Get rich
Six pack in 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. If you're trying to sell that out, you understand the value of wearing flash clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, again, if you're doing it for the right reasons, right? There's other types of people, let's say criminals, for example. They spend money on clothes because it's just a disposal, right? So it all depends down to walk of life and what you're doing at the time. But I would say most time, if you're buying, let's say you're buying materialistic things and you should be putting your money elsewhere because financially you're not stable. Or if you're buying designer things and you're not even really going down the route of selling the lifestyle, then you need to go back to the drawing board.
What about
and start chalking up?
What about all the sugar babies that can only get they don't get handed straight checks, so they got to get it in the form of a Cartier bracelet or something? What do you say to those?
They're hustlers. Straight hustlers. You can't knock the hustle. They're out there grinding. If they take form of payment to bands or they take form of payment to Grey Cartier, she goes cash that in. It's the same value.
Right.
It's an asset to her body, right? It's a totally different thing. Nothing against it.
So, sitting up here and absolutely slating designer is something that you can't do because you see the utility in it. But what you're saying is, for your personal journey, it doesn't have much utility.
At this point, no. Maybe in the future it will. Maybe in the future we won't. Who knows? But right now, what utility has it got to me? Nothing. I'm not trying to sell a lifestyle. If I'm trying to sell anything, it's to be an intelligent individual. Be aware what you want to do in life, set goals and work towards them. So I'm not trying to sell the dream of get rich next week, make a mil this year. It's not like that. Because I believe if you get your body right, so your health, yeah, and then you get a bulletproof mindset, anything's possible.
I rate that you don't knock the grifters. I feel like you should be shelling a couple of shots at the grifters, but you're just like...
Elaborate on grifters. What's grifters?
You don't know what a grifter... A grifter is somebody that sells some quick solution. There's no real value in it. A grifter is somebody who makes a lick off crypto.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're a crypto expert selling a space in their Discord for £100 a month. That's a grifter. Or a dating expert that banged a couple of chicks from Tinder and all of a sudden they've got the secret sauce that can get you to the same level that they're at. What's your opinion on that kind of way of thinking? If it makes the money, it makes the money, or are you more of
if it brings the value, if something generally brings the value and it can make money and you have a proven track record that you have done it before, why not monetize it? Why not? Them examples you just give, a dating expert, if they've gone on 10 successful dates and they've generally found happiness out there in the world from every day and they have this special method, if they want to monetize it and then just to draw people in, so their marketing budget, right? They want to draw people in so they buy some drippy clothes, because unfortunately that's how the designer clothes market works, right? It creates hierarchy tiers. You wear the clothes, you look like you're better off than someone else. It's a psychological thing. Then why not? Why not monetize it? Do you think otherwise?
I mean, I think grifters pose a real problem to society because there isn't inherent value in what they're selling. And that is the issue that I have with people that want to sell the dream. But there's money to be made at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I just said if there's general value.
Right.
If they're not selling value, then and you've been sold, then more so your fault. Do your own research. Do you know what I mean? Instead of just jumping into something, maybe do a bit of research before jumping in. Try and find out if this person's credible. What have they been through? What is their track record to sell you what they are selling? They're a dating expert. How many dates have they been on? Has he got a girl by his side right now? Just do the research. You'll figure it out.
What do you say to the people who, for whatever reason, they're not in a financial place to be able to afford designer, but at the same time, when they're around their friends who might be rocking it for the wrong reasons, to send a message to other people?
Don't stress about it. Do not stress and do not worry about anyone around you wearing designer. If you really want to deep it and you do want to waste your time even deepening it and stressing, have a look, analyze the person. Yet again, market research always wins. What are they doing in life? Are they living paycheck to paycheck and spending a quarter on the next pair of good shoes? Or could they be investing in a business? If not, they're no worse off than you. What are they doing? They're still drinking in the same spoons as you. They're still eating in the same ZZs as you. They're still picking up the same meal deals at the garage, bro. There's no difference.
So I like that. And to distill that point down, if something is making you feel insecure, it's because you're not looking hard enough. And you got to peer under the hood.
Yeah, it's either you don't waste your time in it at all, right? And just hold yourself accountable. That's what I would do myself. Or if you need a bit of, what should we call it? Like you say, a bit of reassurance. Open the hood, have a look underneath, and no doubt that shit's looking like an R-edge. Dusty. Dusty as hell.
I like that. I think goes back to episode 4 with awareness. And I think we all could do better to be aware by not taking things for face value. Because I think we all have the tendency, we're lazy in our thinking, and we're lazy for good reason because our brain takes up a huge amount of resources. But in our thinking, we miss things which are actually quite obvious. And whilst you don't have access to everyone's bank account, you can look at, like you said, what it is, what are they doing alongside rocking that piece of designer?
You got to look at it, because even if they are, right, even if they are generally winning and they're rocking the designer, then bro, stop focusing on the designer that they're wearing. Focus on how they're buying it. What are they monetizing that you're not? Get involved. They're your friend. Speak to them. Ask them for advice. Stop stressing about what they're wearing. It's the last thing on your mind. That's a broke mindset. A broken mindset. For real. Not in the terms of financially broke, just a broke mindset. You need to have a growth mindset if that's how your mind's thinking. Who cares? If someone's rocking materialistic clothes, the Gucci, the Prada, the Louis Vuitton, and they're generally doing well in life, you're stressing about the wrong things, my boy. You need to be stressing about what they're getting up to. Find out. How are they buying it? What's going into their bank a month? Stress about that. And then if we want to look at it from the other side, if the boy is rocking designer, but he's living the same lifestyle as you, eating them meal deals, sitting in that spoons, then man, you're one step ahead if you think about it. Because you're banking that money. You're bulking off the demons.
Bulking off the demons.
You're bulking off the demons, my boy. You're a step ahead, so stop stressing.
I like that. That is very, very helpful. And something that I think I need to take away and really play with a little bit, because I've fallen victim to it. And rather than looking at, whether it's an opportunity to reverse engineer something or whether it's an opportunity to just simply take a small lesson or a sliver of intel
leaked
from the table, it all, if you put it together in the right way, it can unlock a whole new avenue for you. So you said something really interesting to me a while back. You asked me the question, have you ever rode a jet ski? We were talking about supercars.
Yeah.
And Alf said to me, have you ever rode a jet ski? And I said, yeah, I've rode a jet ski. He was like, cool. And what was that like? And I was like, yeah, it was good. It was good for about 40 minutes. But after that, it just gets a bit tiring and a bit boring. And he was like, that's exactly what driving a supercar is like. And I was like, you know what? That is so accurate. There was no miss. Straight bullseye. Straight bullseye. There was no miss in that statement, because at the end of the day, everything gets old, everything gets tiring, and everything gets normal. And being on a jet ski for 40 minutes, after a while, it's like, yeah, that's lit, but I want to go do something else now.
Yeah, you soon want to get off, head back to land. Same with a car, right? I'm not saying that I've owned a supercar, but I've drove a supercar. It was that same sort of feeling. Maybe it's just where I'm on this crazy mission, right? But it's not that thing of like, oh, damn, why am I hopping into the McLaren every day? It's like, no, that's going to come. Just chill. Just chill. Focus on what's in front of me. Focus on the plan. Because when the plan happens, everything happens. And then you're going to have hella jet skis sitting on the drive.
Well, by that point, you might even realize, actually, what's the point of having hella jet skis on the front drive?
Well, when you got hella money, when you don't even notice when you're buying a jet ski, they're just fun to have there, aren't they? When you do want to just fuck up a quick 40 minutes of your time.
Fair enough.
When you got it.
Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
But when you're building that building, my boy, you ain't got time for that stuff. Focus on what you need to focus on. That's what I would say. Don't worry about the materialistic side of things. If that's what you really, really want in life, it will come. As long as you're focusing on your plan. Because for that to happen, you need money. So you should be focusing on money, building businesses, learning side hustles, just developing your mindset in general, right? Building a very strong network and a good circle of friends. And then if you do all that stuff and you really stick at it, it is as basic as that. And you'll end up having so much money that you'll be able to buy the materialistic things. And no doubt you'll probably get there, like a lot of individuals do. And like I say, they treat it like the jet ski experience. They bang it on every now and then. You see more time they're wearing their Under Armour rather than their Gucci. They're jumping in the Seat Leon rather than the Lamborghini because it's just hectic to drive the Lambo around the city. Rich people problems. Just get rich.
Rich people problems.
Just get rich. Don't have green eyes. Just get rich. You can't knock a hustler. You can't knock a grifter. Let the grifters grift. Let the grifters grift.
What about the people who are like, but I want it now?
Patience is a virtue. If you have not got the patience at home, I'm looking straight at you. If you've not got the patience at home to wait for some drip, you're not going to have the patience for anything in life. Fact, period.
But there's people getting rich off quick little crypto flips all the time. Why can't that be me?
Did you make the investment? No. Did you do the research? No. So it's not you. So you can't buy your materialistic things. Simple as. Hold yourself accountable, bro. Go do the research. Go put in the legwork. And we can go rock up to LV. Have the glass of champagne. Have a little sip. Feel like the bomb for a couple of hours. And then probably get rid of the drip in the next couple of years. Throw it away or something. Because that's a rich problem.
But then you say that, but you look at a lot of the billionaires and it doesn't fit in with their brand. Mark Zuckerberg, I'm pretty sure he wears the same outfit. Steve Jobs, he wore the same outfit.
Because they don't sell lifestyle. They sell data. It's a different thing, bro.
I want to sell data. I want to get into the data business.
If Niall ever drops a landing page, don't supply your email. Don't supply your email. Lesson learned. No, but for real, think about it yet again. Like, just be aware of the situation. Zuckerberg's wearing the same t-shirt every day because he's going to the lab. He's coding out. He's building out Facebook. He's building out Meta. He's building the metaverse. Everyone's already sold. They're already on the platform. He don't need to sell no one. The platform sells itself. And if you want to try and get off, then you're getting pumped them ads straight in the face because they've got the data and they're getting you right back on in a flash.
So to sum it up, your point is if you want to sell something that involves convincing people that you live a certain lifestyle, spending money on designer things is an investment, but you need to look at it in that way. And if you're going to buy that designer piece from Montclair, for example, understand that that needs to get repped with the purpose of drawing eyes to yourself so that you can sell something alongside it.
Yeah. Well, I just believe if you want to be a successful individual, right? A truly successful individual, and you just want to live a proper good life, you need to be extremely aware of what you're doing. So if you're going out and putting free bills towards a jumper, and the only value you're getting from it is a few people at Spoons looking at you, or a few people looking at you on the gram and double tapping your ass, then it's not an investment, bro. You're getting no further than you was before you went to the checkout. Hold back a sec. Think, is it gonna... You could put 300... If you're not trying to live the lifestyle and your product's not living the lifestyle, let's say you're a baker. You want to bake cake. Go buy some new scows. Go buy a new whisk. And go bake some cakes in front of your camera, your iPhone, which if you live in the Western world, you probably have. Just think about it. And if you are a baker, don't focus on the guy that's showing the Gucci and the Louis Vuitton. You're trying to be a baker. You're not trying to be a rapper or a watch dealer. Yeah, you might want the stuff, but focus on the bacon. Get big on the bacon. Franchise the bacon. Then you can wear your materialistic stuff.
I like it.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no, I do.
You get where I'm coming from, right?
I do. I think the key is if you're feeling insecure, what about if somebody is actually doing it?
Doing what?
Like, you've touched upon this scenario, okay, like, you're feeling insecure because you're stepping in a place where you're not dripped out.
Yeah.
But what about if you're not able to determine how well somebody else is doing? Or what about if they genuinely are?
But that's what I'm saying. If they
Get
generally
rich.
are...
Get rich.
No, if they generally are, then you're looking at the wrong problem when you're looking at the person. If someone's dripped down in materialistic things, right, and they generally have made it, and they generally can afford what they're wearing, for one, they have every right to do it, because they've walked a path that you have not walked. For two, you're looking at the wrong things. Don't look at what they're wearing. Think about what they've done to accumulate what they're wearing. There is a difference. Don't look at people in the wrong way. Remember that night that we come together? I don't know if you remember. And we just walked for 4 hours and talked. Yeah? And we stopped for a second. And I said, look, this is how you got to look at things. If a guy pulls up in a van right now, if your mindset is, he's driving a van, I don't want to talk to him, dead. If the guy pulls up in a Lambo, the next guy pulls up in a Lambo, and all of a sudden you want to talk to him, okay, good, because he's got a Lambo, I understand. But how do you know the guy who's pulled up in the van ain't got a $1 billion property portfolio? He's rocking the van because he gets it knocked off the taxes on the company because he's a super intelligent individual. And then the guy that's rocked up in the Urus could be renting it for the day, putting it all over the gram. And it could be vice versa. But you've got to have that open mindset where you're adaptable to either situation and you'd speak to either person. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I do.
Because if you don't have that mindset, you're going to be a hater. You're going to be a hater. It's bound to happen. Like, you need to have the mindset. If someone pulls up in the Urus, don't think about, damn, that's a Urus. Like, why ain't I got a Urus? I so want it. Ask a different question. How has he got the Urus? Dig into the person if you need some clarification. Ask them, what'd you get up to? They might tell you it's a rental, and it's a different game. Why are they renting it? Maybe to take some lifestyle vids, right? To sell their online course. To market their company. It's all about perspectives. I think that's what it boils down to. Materialism's down to perspectives and a person's mindset towards what they're seeing.
some people look at it as this evil, unattainable thing, and other people look at it as that's a clear marker that maybe somebody's doing well for themselves. If the opportunity presents itself, ask them what it is that they do.
Yeah, why not? Why not, instead of using the materialistic things as a negative thing for your mind, shift it to a positive, right? And ask. You're curious. That's the only reason psychologically you're looking at them anyway. Because they're dripped out. So you're spending so much time and brain energy about the person. Go fucking ask them, bro.
Damn.
Go fucking ask them.
That was gay. It's the simple things though.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why you're looking at them is because you're curious. When you understand that it's the designer clothes that's piqued your curiosity, you have two choices. You either act on that curiosity or you spend your time never understanding why or how that individual has achieved what they have. Now, people can lie, but at the same time, trust that people don't, and go with confidence and be curious. Take
100%.
interest in people.
Yeah.
I like that. And that is something that is difficult to do because you don't want to bother people. But the thing is, people love to have their ego fluffed. And if they're wearing that piece of designer more time, they're wearing it because they want the attention.
Yeah.
That's why supercar drivers love to drive around in their supercars.
Well, you can go in LV, right? You can go in Louis Vuitton and you have all the Larry pieces. You can go in Louis Vuitton and you have all the casual pieces that are probably more expensive than the Lariat pieces. And a lot of people rock the plain pieces. But the people who want to be seen, I'm not saying every person, but a lot of the people, they'll buy the Lariat pieces. So if they want to be seen, the more time they're going to want to be approached. So it's either that thing of your mindset. You've got to ask yourself, are you going to hate or are you going to grade? And what I mean by hate or grade is, are you going to hate on the individual? Or are you just going to grow a pair of balls, go up to them, and grate away at what they know, bro? Find out what they know, what they're doing. Because you might be shocked. They might tell you that they're just working their 9 to 5, couple bags a month, and they've spent a quarter of the paycheck. Hater ain't gonna hate no more. You're in the same position as them. If you want to go blow 5 bills on your Louis jacket the next month, you go do. Or on the opposite end, you find out what they're doing. You start researching the business. Go hit up ChatGPT and find some shit out. Simple, bro. It's humans make things a lot more complex sometimes than it needs to be.
I am one of those individuals that make things a lot more complicated than they need to be.
But it's normal. A lot of people are like that, right? It's completely normal. And that's why sometimes you need to just go back to raw basics and break things down. You really do. It's like these brands, these materialistic brands, have just psychologically got a lot of people by the nutsack.
Yeah.
And it's fucking smart. And I hold my hats off to them. I really do. I really do. Because it's LVMH, is that correct? Louis Vuitton, Moet, and Hennessy.
The
company that holds all these big companies, right?
Yeah,
he owns them all. I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head.
No, but now that you mention it.
Yeah, I think it is LVMH or LVHM. One of the two. But he owns most of it. Like, he's controlling the game. He's selling the dream. He can mark up whatever he wants at this point. If you actually look, going back, like, let's say to 2018, when I would have gone, let's say, in Louis Vuitton and bought a bag, I think a man bag may have been like £700, right? If you go in there now, it's like double the price.
Really?
Yeah, maybe even triple. And yeah, you could say inflation and whatnot. Let's say inflation's 10% a year, right? So that's 4 years. That's 40% on top. 40% of 700, 280, right? So that item theoretically, due to inflation, should be set at what? 980, but it's not. It's set at £1,500. Why? Because they've created the demand. They've sold the dream. All these factors come into play. Social media is getting bigger. More eyeballs. Where the attention goes, the money flows.
Everybody just wants to be accepted.
Everyone wants to be accepted. When rather than focusing on what you can accumulate to be accepted, just accept yourself for a second. Be the individual you want to be.
But what if you feel as though you're unable to be accepted into the group?
What group? Ask yourself that. What group?
These hoes love designer.
They're the wrong hoes. Simple. They're the wrong hoes. We're complex. It's simple. They're the wrong hoes.
But a nookie feels so good. I'm sorry, I had to. Because somebody behind the screen is saying
they're going to relate to you.
Somebody behind the screen is saying it.
They're going to relate, right? But then, boy, you need to go back to the lab, fight some demons, go on your baptism of fire, and really come out on the other end a bigger champ than that. Don't bow down to the nookie. Don't bow down to the nookie, my friend. You can't. That's defeat. Don't bow down to the nookie. I ain't heard that word in such a long time, bro.
So I had to.
I hear what you're saying, though. But yet again, it's that thing of like, we're being too complex. It's like, what? You want to buy a drip just so this girl's going to like you? Bro, there's going to come a day where you either can't afford the drip or the girl's going to find someone even drippier. And you are dumb.
Right.
You are dumb.
Well, no. I'm going to play devil's advocate. What about if it gets you through the door? What about if you wear this designer piece?
Boy, you're stepping in the wrong fucking door.
No.
She's only chatting to you because, look, if a girl's only chatting for you because what she's wear, in my opinion, that's not good in a girl's moral compass, right? First of all, my opinion here. I'm not really opinionated on girls and all that shit. I don't really care. I really don't. But if they are, in my opinion, that's not right in their moral compass. Because more time, bro, I ain't judging a girl by what they wear. I really ain't. Not in designer terms. A girl can look real lit for like 30, 40 pound.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I feel like you're touching upon some differences between men and women there. In the way that they operate, you know?
Well, yeah, I just don't feel like, as a person, it's like if I walk into a business conference, right? And I'm looking around the table, and there's one guy, dripped out, right? If I look at him and think that guy must be the richest guy in the room, I need to get close to him tonight. Focus on chatting to that guy tonight. Bro, that's a dead mindset. He might be, correct. But if he's not, then you fucked it big time. You need to be aware. Judge the whole room. Judge a person. The way they talk, the way they walk, the way they hold themselves. You can tell. Because someone can wear a nice jacket, but they might just chat absolute shit. And you can just tell that within a person. You can pick up on their energy, bro. You really can.
That is true. Too many people use external things to compensate for their lack of substance. And whilst initially that external shell can get you by, this is what I've started to do, right? And it's really, really helping me deal with certain personal situations. But humans, we naturally look on short time frames, don't we? And you touch upon how we need to have a long-term mindset.
Yeah.
And we need to be looking 5-10 years down the line. Yeah. If you start to do this with everything, you'll begin to see all that glitters isn't gold. And I think too many people think, right, I'm going to use this external shell to attract X person. But what they fail to realize is the foundation of that situation is being built on quicksand.
Yeah.
And given enough time, that building will crumble.
Yeah.
I'm learning this as we speak, people. And
Yeah,
I'm
man.
realizing that there's no point getting upset about certain situations, because more time, the situation which you're imagining, the outcome which you're imagining, given enough time, will probably fall apart anyway.
You're living too much on fantasies rather than reality.
Exactly. And when you can learn to live in reality, and that comes through experience.
100%.
But when you learn to live in the realms of reality, and you can look at a situation and think, all right, okay, that's great for now, but for my situation, I want something that's a lot more robust, a lot more sturdy. And so if I take custom made, bespoke.
Yes.
Bespoke. Right? You want that bespoke piece.
Yeah.
Bespokeness does not happen through quick frills.
No. Only you can tailor.
You got to delicately make the adjustments to the cloth.
Yeah.
So I say this to help people understand that even when you think to yourself, right, I'm going to rent the credibility of a Lamborghini. I'm going to rent the credibility of Louis Vuitton. I'm going to rent the credibility of Hermes. What you're failing to understand is that through renting that credibility, whatever situation comes off the back of that will probably not go the distance.
Yeah. Again, I think it's situational. I hear what you're saying. I really do. But then what if you rent the Lambo because you're selling something that's to do with the lifestyle, and all of a sudden you blow? Then it's been an investment.
Yeah,
but
no.
I hear what you're saying. You're standing on a freshly frozen lake, and you don't really know what's going to happen if you walk across, right? You could fall through, and then you're really fucked. I completely hear what you're saying. But at the same time, yeah, again, I think it is generally situational. It really is.
Yeah, but if it's situational, then that dispels the whole point. That means that there's no validity in that, because what are you saying to the man that thinks I'm going to go to Gucci, buy this designer clothes, hit the club, those clothes will improve my appearance to the point where my future wife starts talking to me, and within a few years we'll be married happily ever after?
No, but yet again, situational, right? Because your wife's going to come home to the closet and see no more designer, bro. She's just going to see that Gucci jumper that you rock to the club. But I get what you're saying. I actually do. It's like, if you want to try and build a facade, make sure you're in it for the long haul. Make sure you can keep up with it. Because if you start and then you stop, like you say, it's a building on sand. And we all know what happens to buildings that are built on dead foundations. We talk about building from the ground up, right? It's like the channel, like the podcast. It's a long-term game. It's not short-term. People don't like short-term. So they feel like maybe some of these materialistic things are going to give them a quick boost, a quick Super Mario power-up of some sort, and get them a bit bigger in the game. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Are you willing to take that risk is what you've got to ask yourself. Or you go in it heads on, like a bull. Bulk off the demons. Come out the other end and build a guaranteed solid base. And then you can build whatever the fuck you want on top.
Damn straight. Intel leaked.
100%. It's a good topic. I'm glad that you said about it. Because when you said about it, I was like, not really much to touch on.
Oh,
But
we peel back the layers like an onion here.
yeah, no,
We
definitely.
peel back the onion.
Has it made you view maybe some things in a different way slightly?
When I'm next feeling insecure because of some superficial materialistic situation, I will be banging this pod wherever I am. Even if I put the Jarvis headphones in.
I'm going to make a short especially for you.
Good,
When we
man.
go to the cut after, you pick the best short, the best bit of game that I've gave you. I'm going to cut that up real good for you.
I appreciate that.
And we'll get that on. No, but for real, I hope everyone at home liked it. I took some value from it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. But like always, like, subscribe. Definitely subscribe. Yeah, we're in it for the long haul, but come on. Help a boy out.
Yeah, help a boy out.
Help a boy out.
We're just trying to kiss 20 subscribers right now, people.
No, but we're here. Nowhere. 5-year game plan. I'm here. But yeah, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Thursday.
Amen.